All right. Feeney Talks with Friends, episode 120. I have a wonderful guest here, Traci. How you doing?
Phenomenal. Thank you for having me.
Traci Carter, the executive director of Anchors Camp. Anchors Camp. Executive director, Traci Carter.
Yes, sir.
So happy that you're here. Don't forget to check out 119. We did a hot wings challenge for breast cancer awareness. You ever eat hot wings?
Yeah.
The bomb, like sweating.
Yeah.
Hot? You can do that?
Yeah, I can't do it, but
we'll get some right now.
no, we can skip that.
But my name is Eric Feeney, founder and president of Friends of Feeney. Our mission is to help children and families that need assistance after heartbreak or tragedy. And I use this podcast, Feeney Talks with Friends, and I talk to wonderful people that are doing great things in the community. And we're going to get into all the wonderful things that Traci does in the community. He has a great story, and you're doing great things. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's truly a blessing to be here with you guys.
And I know you had 11 points, 9 rebounds against Baylor in round 1 of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
But today I had 3 touchdowns.
Ooh, killing them.
Turkey Bowl versus
Killing
the 5th graders.
Killing them.
Compare?
More. Can't take it easy on them.
I know you're the American All-East championship team, American East All-Conference second team, American East All-Defensive team. You had 60 steals. You average like 2 steals a game. All for Coach Gallagher. How was the University of Hartford hoop game?
You know, it was a great time to be there. You know, I was there, through, the right before COVID started, and then to 2021, 2022. And it was just such a great time to be there with great people. I was at a time in my life where, I needed a change, in my scenery, in my environment. I needed inspiration. And, Hart and John Gallagher gave that to me.
Yeah.
And it was just, it was a fun period in general, you know what I mean? Just to be, a kid and, focus on basketball. And
Yep. I know you're a 6'1" guard from Philly.
Yes, sir.
How does that help translate to your game?
Well, they say Philly guards have like this Philly toughness. I think I embodied that for sure. The environment I grew up, I used that to fuel my game, and it's really a blessing coming from being from a place where so many legends that came out of it. You know what I mean? Donnie Carrs, Kobe's, guys that even like Allen Iverson. He ain't from there, but he embodied Philly toughness. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, AI is a hero.
Yeah. He's definitely my favorite player growing up. Him and Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Gallagher was supposed to be a guest. So if you end up watching this, I'm still waiting for you to come on. He had one time he canceled his kid's Little League game, was rescheduled, and just never really followed up.
Yeah.
So,
we're gonna make sure we get him on.
Yes.
We got to go down to New York.
Deal.
Yeah. Go to a game and then get him after.
Okay. Where is he now? Manhattan?
Man, yeah. They're doing well this year. Doing pretty well this year.
You're still in contact?
Yeah. We talk a lot. It's my guy.
Friends of Feeney, our mission is to help our motto, be a good friend. Mm-hmm. So hold the door, pick up trash, give a compliment, be charitable. I know John Gallagher was your coach, but what makes him a good friend?
He's supportive. He'd do anything for his friends. He's obviously a very intelligent individual. He's he's caring, he's compassionate. It's probably 2 of his best qualities.
Yep.
And he shows you he really cares about you as an individual. And what do you need in order for you to succeed? And that's not just, it's not just me being one of his players. That was as a friend. I see that he does that for friends, family. You know what I mean? So he's just a great individual, and I learned so much from him. In my short amount of time spending with him, every day, consecutive days together.
Yeah.
Did
you played for him? Did you end up coaching with him too? Did you join the staff as a coach? No.
No, the only coaching I did with him was coaching little leagues, little league baseball with him, coaching his son.
Nice. And now you are the executive director of the Anchor Camp,
Yep.
which is in upstate. Is it upstate New York? Or?
Upstate New York. Yep. Founder and executive director of Anchors Camp.
Yep. It's in Madison, New York.
Yes, sir.
So, what happened in your childhood, or what happened in your path that led you to becoming the executive director of Anchors Camp?
Excuse me. Well, I always knew I wanted to help. I just, ain't know how. My ways of helping was very narrow. And then my little brother passed due to being killed. There's a difference between, dying and being killed, right? And my little brother had an engineering mind where he could take anything apart and put it back together. And unfortunately, he didn't get to live out his talents in a great and humane way. And he passed short-lived life at 21 years old, again, due to gun violence. And, you can go to every corner and find a sports team, a basketball team, a soccer team, a football team, every corner, and find some kind of sports team. But what you can't find is some type of academic team, whether it's engineering, right, whether it's architecture, right, it's very hard to find places to develop talent like that, especially in the community that I live in. It's almost like it's non-existent. So I wanted to create something for kids who could do that, who had a talent that you necessarily couldn't see through sports. And I wanted to find ways that we could hone that, because there are a lot of kids who, are much more privy to being, Steve Jobs or Elon Musk versus a LeBron and Kobe LeBryant. And I wanted to, create something that could lend help in that area. So when he passed, my John Gallagher again told me to come down to his beach house for a couple days before the funeral. And every morning we would get up at like 5 a.m. and go for walks on the beach. And we would just talk a bunch of different things. And there's a couple friends of, gals. And we would talk, and then we would talk about what was needed in the community, what was lacking. And we stumbled upon a conversation of what was needed and what was lacking and what I thought. And, my business partner, Jim Newfrock, who's the chair of Anchors Camp, said he had a forum. And I said, well, I always wanted to, one of the things I said that was needed was a change of environment. And he was like, well, I got a farm, sits on 200 acres, and I always wanted to do something with it and give back. Maybe this is something we do. So he challenged me and said, bring 5 kids up, or he said, let's continue the conversation. I came back down a week later, met him at his beach house right next to Gal's, and we went over what was needed, put together a plan, a schedule, and he said, bring 5 kids up. And I said, all right. I don't know if he thought I was, serious or not. So I brung 8. And I showed up, and he was like, what is going on? What? I don't know if we can fit this many kids in the house. And from there, Anchors Camp was born. After we got done with that week, we went from Sunday midday to Friday early morning. And we was like, we got something here. See if we can continue this. So I went back and did all the work to get, the 501c started.
Oh, nice.
And Anchors Camp was built then.
That's an amazing story. Where did you think of the name Anchors Camp?
Anchors Camp came from one of my good friends back home. And, how an anchor holds a boat down and keeps it from floating away.
Oh, all right.
We want kids to be an anchor for themselves. And then you can be an anchor for anyone else, Like I'm sure you're the anchor for your family,
Yep.
right? You hold your family down. We want
Okay,
kids to be
I
able
like
to
it.
hold their family down.
I know you. Anchors Camp offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yes. Yep.
Horseback riding. What? Some other things.
Yep,
I mean,
so-
can I join? What's the
Of
age?
course,
45-year-olds.
We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you. I don't know if you'll be winning the football games up there though. So we offer a whole host of things. Honestly, we offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner, horseback riding, group therapy sessions, ATV riding, financial literacy classes. This past year we did aquaponics.
Wow.
Hiking, and just a whole host of other things, fishing, right? So we offer, a whole host of things where, we want kids to be able to, and that's, I didn't speak about what our core was, which is plumbing, electrical, carpentry, all introductions to, four core trade, plumbing, electrical, carpentry, and auto mechanics.
Oh wow. So they leave with the skill of, or something.
Some type of knowledge of, some beginner knowledge of four trades, right? And what we hope to do is build confidence by learning things.
Mm-hmm.
It's a special kind of confidence comes when you begin to learn things. And that's what what tends to happen in my community is we die well before we're put in the grave. And it's unfortunate, but that's what happens. So
Yeah, you're giving them exposure that they wouldn't get.
right.
That's amazing stuff. No, I'm honored to learn more about this Anchors Camp, and it's anchorscamp.org to
Yes,
learn
sir.
more. And you're looking for donations. You're looking for campers and counselors.
Yep. Donations, camping counselors, in-kind donations.
It's in Madison, New York, and they offer ATVs, horseback. Do you get on horses?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I'm like a pro at it now.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I could go play polo now.
Nice. Fishing and hiking I could get.
Yeah.
And then the carpentry, auto, plumbing, painting, and electrician.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's a skill, lifelong skill, or it's a dying trade too. Like everyone says, hey, go to college, but the trades are, just recently my toilet clogged or needed problem. That's $80 an hour for a guy to come check my toilet just to look at it.
Right.
So
Very
I thought
expensive.
it was very expensive. And,
Yeah.
they're always working. He got there. He was on the phone. He was like, oh, I got to go to another call. When he was leaving, he got another call. So he's like, there's
Always work.
there's always work.
Always
there's always
work.
a toilet clogged. Or there's
Always.
always paint that needed or something to be fixed.
Especially with the lack of houses. There's a shortage of people in the trades as well. There's a shortage on trades right now. So we're doing a few things. We're help improving lives, but we also add into the economy and building oil citizens.
Yeah,
And adding into the working economy.
that's awesome. Well, we have some sponsors here. Our newest one, Float 41. You ever float
Yeah.
We
Is
got-
that the
in the salt water? Like in a
yeah.
closed-
And the egg.
Where is it?
They do it like in an egg.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Direct Line Media, Stefania and Dave, People's Bank right down the street, Golf Law Group,
Love it.
Keating Agency Insurance, Parkville Market hosted our Wing Fest. We're here at Luna Pizza, 999 Farmington Avenue.
Yes, sir.
The Fix is right across the street. You ever get a Fix?
I ain't never been there yet. They love it though. Some people I know went there.
We
love
High
it, though.
Roasting and Brewing, and West Hartford Lock. So, West Hartford Lock, thank you, Eric and Yuri. With West Hartford Lock, what are 3 keys that make you great at being the executive director of Anchors Camp? What are 3 keys that you needed to be the executive director?
Number one is discipline.
Mm-hmm.
It takes discipline to get up every day and find new ways to raise money, which is like I know is very hard.
Yep.
So whoever's listening, go to Anchors Camp, donate, Go to Friends of Feeney, donate. I think, I think you have to be consistent, discipline, consistency. The thing that I find to ring true across all successful people is their persistence, and their consistency. And then you just got to be willing to continue to learn. And you got to be willing to adjust. And I think that with those three things, those give me the keys to be able to run, Anchors Camp.
Those are great keys. I always say I'm a lifelong learner. Learn something new every day.
Right. And the last one I would honestly say, I know it's 3, but this is 4, is the ability to continue to take a step back and see where you at or where you want to go.
Yep. Discipline to keep moving forward, consistency, and take a step back and have vision, right? The vision piece. Mm-hmm. All right, those are 3 keys, sponsored by West Hartford Lock. Without being the executive director, here with Traci Carter. Another game. So Anchors Camp has been around since 2020, right? So you're going into your 4th. Is it only a summer camp or is it a year-long camp?
Only a summer camp at the moment.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How many weeks?
The weeks vary each summer, but we've been improving. We've been improving on weeks each summer. But it runs from Sunday midday where we pick the kids up, drive them up to Madison, New York. We got some kids that come from Connecticut as well.
Nice.
And we get there probably about 3 p.m. midday. We start off with kids get introductions. They got to go, figure out what room they staying in. And then we come down and we do an introductory where, we switch it up so many, every year. For example, one year where kids came and got haircuts and they had to tell us, did they want, who made them be here? Were they forced to be here or did they want to come back? No. So, and then, for dinner, we start off with, we have a rooftop deck on top of the hill.
Oh, nice.
And we do a barbecue cookout.
Oh, yeah, I definitely
Started it off. Yeah, you have to. Gal came up. Gal and
nice.
his son came up. Yeah, we had the basketball team come up too early.
Oh, wow. That's great. And you have a lot of different events and activities.
Yeah. We just...
So we got a game first. What was the best activity that you ran at Anchors Camp? The worst activity, your first one, and your last one. So the game is best, worst, first, last.
Best, from my perspective, from the kids. But I think the kids, I'll give you mine. Because I feel like I do learn, stuff every time I'm up there. And man, we done so much, man. It's like one of my favorites was we did a challenge where 2-on-2 challenge. Just 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. One is in front, and you all have strings, and at the middle of the string, it's connected to a big bucket of water. Okay. And the water's filled all the way up to the top. And you got to pull on this string to constantly raise this water up.
Okay.
To this top. And you have to sit the water on top without the water falling. And then you have to lift it up. Yep. And then bring it back down and put it in such a small circle. And you have to do it in a time frame.
Nice.
The closest
teamwork
time.
Is very important, and collaboration is very important.
1,000%.
Gotcha.
1,000%.
That
was one of my favorites.
You're like, all right, lift a little bit, down a little. So communication.
Yes.
That's a great game.
Phenomenal game.
I'm gonna have to use that.
It's a phenomenal game.
It spills and it's fun and
exactly. You get everybody excited.
Okay.
That was probably one of my best. We just did that last year. I'll be honest. When you're the worst.
Something go wrong or missing or didn't work the way you planned it?
Oh man, we this was during our early years, and we we usually cook breakfast for the kids, or some days, so we mix it up. We cook breakfast for them, and then other days, I say if we gotta be to the farm at 5 a.m., we give them like snacks or like morning bars,
Yep.
right? Water, and they go ahead. This time, I ordered breakfast, and everything is like pretty far out there. Stores is far out.
Yeah.
20 minutes at most. So order breakfast from this one place, and it's breakfast sandwiches, and I send one of my good friends to go pick it up, camp counselors to go pick it up, and he gets there, and I think he only had like $80. It was like $100. He was so upset with me. So upset with me. And like, in order for me to go drive back down there and then give him the money, it was probably like another 40 minutes. And I was like, ask him, can you bring the money back? It's like, no, you can't bring the money back. So, it was just good. It was just, a great story.
Yeah.
But that ain't planned. That ain't go how I planned. I thought I was going to spend less money on that one. And then, we did some stuff don't work like you plan, though. Like,
Yeah.
kids don't love the activity. We
Yep.
did, tree identification last year, and, they wasn't that into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It happens.
What kind of leaf is that? They ain't care about all that.
Yep. Kids. I know all about it. And then your first one and then your last one. Like your first thing you ever tried up there and then your most recent. Your first ever.
The first thing we ever did was probably be carpentry.
Nice.
Carpentry. The last thing we done was aquaponics.
That's growing plants inside?
Yes. Yeah. And then can't think of the name right now, but where they grow fish inside as well.
Oh, wow.
And you learn about the fish.
Do you have guest speakers come up? Or do you teach it? Or do you
We
and
do
your
have
camp
guest
counselors?
speakers. We do
Okay.
have guest speakers come up. One of our biggest donors came up, spoke. And another guys, like we have, mostly everyone who's came up has been entrepreneurs in some way, shape, or form.
No, it's a great thing. I actually met a camper. Remember I met a camper?
Oh, Haneef.
I met Haneef, at the
Haneef.
Swanee.
Yeah. Haneef.
And then I saw Haneef on a clip on the website. So I was like, hey, I met Haneef.
Yeah.
And he has similar experiences as you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How do you compare and contrast your experience with his?
It's mostly, it's not dissimilar at all. He come from a whole host of gun violence in his environment. Intelligent kid, which most kids are. They're products of their environments. So his came up to our camp. His brother passed away due to gun violence as well. He got killed in downtown. That's like, imagine being killed in West Hartford Center. Walking out of a restaurant. And but he was one of the kids that we have been trying to help. And so one day we was up at the camp and we'd sit around a fire. And in August, we do camp in August. It's pretty cold at night. It's a little chilly at night in upstate New York. And we do 3 things you learned. We do what did you learn sessions, and we do 3 things you learned.
Yep.
And then you got to give your favorite part of the day. Just helping kids understand who they are, what it is that they like. And one of the things he said when we brought up one of our biggest donors who runs FIP Construction, Bill Hardy. Bill, when he learned about what Bill done and how much money he makes, he said, I learned it's better to get, his exact words was, I learned it's better to cop chains than it is to get, he said, I learned it's better to cop land than it is to get chains. And what he was saying was he he learned it was better to get land, property,
Yep.
versus buying jewelry.
Material things.
1,000%. And we knew we were doing the right things when
That's
he
great.
said that, you know.
No, when I met him, it was great to. He seemed like he enjoyed it. He's been to the camp how many times now?
Twice, and then 3 times all in all. Once as a camp counselor, as a junior camp counselor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's when you know you got a good thing going, when your campers aspire to be counselors too. So they look up to the kid. I'm like, that's what I want to do. So
Right.
So he grew into the camp counselor role.
Right. Yep.
Good job, Haneef. It was great to meet you. Proud of you. You think he's coming back this summer?
Yeah, he was there this past summer.
And what about 2025?
You know what? He's working a lot. So he's actually in the construction field. He's
Okay.
in the union now. And that's where we aspire for a kid to
Nice.
come up and, get inspired by one of the trades that we teach. And then for us to direct them in that trade. And, that's what we done to Haneef. Moved him to Connecticut, put him into a carpentry school.
That's awesome.
Put him in the carpentry
success
school.
Story.
Yeah. And now he's in a carpentry union, working 100% self-sufficient, 20 years old, owns a property. So, he's doing well. You know what I mean?
All right. Now I'm really excited that I met you. Good job, kid. I did a wood shop class, 1994, summer employment, Waterbury, Connecticut. They offered it to kids, and I did summer employment and learned about wood shop. So it was really cool. So I feel connection with what you're doing.
Yeah.
The second family I ever helped, when I started Friends of Feeney, my 5th grade student lost her dad unexpectedly to a heart attack. Gabby Sohn lost her dad, Sam. They had twins. I had twins. I felt connected. I had to help the family. I moved down the following year. I went to 3rd grade. My student Rashad Collier lost his dad, Rashad Collier Sr., in Hartford to gun violence after a boxing event. So Friends of Feeney has also been affected negatively to gun violence.
Right.
So I'm feeling the connection, and I can't imagine how that felt for you or Haneef. Do you want to elaborate? Do you feel comfortable talking about that? Do you want to share? How old were you? How did it impact you? Were you playing for UHart at the time, right?
Yeah. I was playing for UHart at the time, and it was such a painful moment. Someone, my mom been on drugs my entire life, and it's interesting because, I had to take care of him as a kid. I didn't stop drinking a bottle till I was 2 years old. And I would sneak behind I was 5 years old. I would sneak behind the back door and sip a bottle, and I would go get a bottle for him and a bottle for me, and sit on the couch, nobody home but me and him, and we'd be watching Teletubbies, feet dirty. But so I took care of him, you know what I mean? And, when in that circumstance, when you have a way out, me being a basketball player, really good one actually, a lot of pressure is put on you to save and, to help your family.
Yeah.
And, me feeling like I failed at doing that at that moment, So it was definitely a lot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you find a way to continue, move on, and keep moving forward, continue to help. I tell, people all the time, I wasn't able to save my little brother, but maybe I was meant to save another young brother like Haneef. And, we'll never know why, why that happened or it happened that way, but we got to trust the process and, and leave it better than we found it.
That's a powerful statement. Yeah, you could help someone else.
Yeah.
And Haneef could go on to do great things, all thanks to you.
All thanks. It takes a village to raise a child. So it was definitely a village. It wasn't, just all of my, thanks to, Jim, thanks to Haneef, mom. She raised him to a point where he was able to learn. You know what I mean? But I tell with me, it's like, speaking about help, there's so many people that help me out. I could seriously fill up the Excel center with as many people to help me out. You know?
It definitely someone you need a good team. You need some people on your side. So,
Yeah, no
and
doubt.
see the positive in you.
Yeah,
And push
yeah,
you in the right direction.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
I know. Thanks. You were at the Exchange Club. This is your PowerPoint from the Exchange Club.
Yes, sir.
Marty was nice enough to share your Exchange Club's PowerPoint.
Shout out to Marty.
Marty, one of the reasons he got you here too. Marty goes like, you got to meet this guy Traci. Traci has a wonderful idea, wonderful story. He's doing great things. He goes, I told him about Friends of Feeney. He goes, and he didn't remember me? You didn't remember me? What happened?
No, I did. I told him that. I told him I knew Eric.
No,
Never
it's
forget Eric.
We met at the Swanee's Christmas party.
Yeah.
At Hartford Baking Company.
Yeah.
We did remember we did the fashion show?
Yeah.
At the BK and
BK,
Company.
yeah. That was unbelievable.
Facebook Live. Facebook
That was
Live. I was a
unbelievable.
model.
That was unbelievable.
I got the Facebook clip here if you guys want
you
to
do
see
got
it.
the Facebook
You wanna
clip?
see it?
That's unbelievable.
That was great. You were good.
Hey, man, I was just trying to live up to your standards. That's all.
There's the BK owners.
Oh, wow.
Let's see if they get into us right here. That was a fun night. I was like, Mom, I'm a model.
Feeney said, I got to keep this one.
Yeah. I just found it. I sent it to my mom, so I was like, I went back in a text message like,
And
whatever.
found it, yeah.
When was it? It was last year, December
6, huh?
6th,
Wow.
2023.
Time flies, doesn't it?
Time flies. I know. I couldn't imagine. That was almost one full year ago.
Yeah.
We
It's
were
unbelievable.
models, and now 1 year later, you're on the podcast.
Hey, man, it's a blessing to be here.
How's it feel to be on the Feeney Talks with Friends podcast?
Listen, it's a blessing to be on here, conversating with you, learning more, and just enjoying the conversation. So many conversations are, we don't have enough conversations no more,
Yeah.
about
yeah,
life.
The listening, the personal connections lost possibly because of social media or the world is busy.
Yeah,
Again, I'm
yeah.
glad to sit down and talk with you. I think you're a role model. I think you're doing great things, and I'm honored to know you and happy to help you. So
Same
please,
here, brother.
let me know what we can do.
Same here, brother.
Let's get into Jim Newfrock. How's Jim Newfrock?
Jim Newfrock is doing well. He's up there on the farm. We just added some cattle to the farm, so he got his hands full with the cattle up there.
Wow.
But
Are
he's
the
doing
kids going to
well.
interact with the cattle?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we interact with them this past summer, and got to see how the whole system worked.
Is it like Yellowstone out there or what?
Close. Close. So he's doing good, man. He's doing well, working and working on the farm. But he's excited about this upcoming year. We all are.
Nice. And what does he do for work?
So he's an executive of a search firm. So he runs a search firm, a lot of head hunting, finding.
And then just happened to have this farm?
He bought the farm maybe 12 years ago. He's out from that area,
Gotcha.
Endicott area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, played at Delaware football quarterback.
Nice.
But had a very, fruitful, eventful life for sure. Worked in China for maybe 10 years. Yeah. Great guy though, huge, special individual. They don't make him like him no more, for sure.
That's great to hear. Well, thank you, Jim, for doing such wonderful things, and thank you for collaborating with. It's a good team, good partnership.
Yeah.
Which one? Who's Batman and who's Robin?
I would like to say I'm Batman. Batman,
Nice.
So it's been good though, you know what I mean? It's been good.
This is almost like you're a teacher. I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher for 21 years. I taught 9 years in Waterbury, where I went to school, and I'm in my 12th year in West Hartford. So you have a very educational background, right? You're teaching, you're managing the youth, you're trying to educate them.
Right.
Do you have a favorite teacher growing up that inspired you?
I look at life as one big school. And every person you come in encounter with is a teacher. Whether it's what not to do or whether it's what to do. And if you look at life that way, you'll learn a lot.
Yeah.
And you'll constantly learn. So I can't really pinpoint, as one specific teacher, like school teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Mr. Hayes, Miss Sarketti. But there's been so many people who came into my life and taught me so many things. Donnie Carl basically raised me. He was my stepfather. Bill Hardy, John Gallagher. The list goes on. So many. You know what I mean?
Coach Gal. All right, teachers. Yeah, teachers make an important role. We don't, we say they don't make a lot of money, but they make a difference. So.
Yeah. Why is that? Actually, why is that? Why they don't make a lot of money?
Right? I don't know. That's a great question.
Yeah.
They should make more.
Right.
I don't know.
What's wrong with the system?
I guess maybe because we're funded by tax dollars and there's so many of us that they can't pay us all high salaries. I don't know. It's not. It's union-based.
Yeah. That's why 64% of our kids reading below their grade level across the U.S.
Yeah, no. Who knows? I know we started a new program. We just got a new science-based reading program called Fundations. I'm teaching it in third grade, first time in 21 years, where we are marking up sounds and we're tapping out words. So hopefully that'll improve the reading. So with that being said, for years people have had that research that you said, 64%. So they're trying something new. So there has been a shift.
Right.
So we're doing the science of reading.
Do you think that'll make a difference?
I like it. I was hesitant and skeptical, but I'm starting to see kids making that connections.
Picking up on it?
Yeah. We have to glued sounds, digraphs, blends. The kids mark if it's a short vowel, they put a brev over it, and it's a macron for a long vowel. You know what a schwa is? A schwa is an upside down E. Schwa. You know what a schwa is, Marty? It's a letter sound. It's like habit, or no, not habit. Talent. So talent sounds like it has an it at the end. That's a schwa sound because the two consonants are squeezing the en. If there's an n, typically it has a schwa. It makes it have the I sound, it sound.
Yeah.
And that sound is a schwa. So kids are learning that at a third grade level. Again, still not sure if it's working, but
yeah,
I don't know.
You haven't seen the transition from.
And then are they using it in their own writing yet?
Yeah.
They still raise their hand and ask, and I'm like, tap it out, sound it out, use the skills that we're learning. But we do it every day for 30 minutes.
But you can see that they're making the connections.
Yes.
In order to.
Some like it more than others, obviously. Like, you see it at camp. What. Some are stronger than others, so you got to differentiate. So sometimes after we do the whole group, the kids that really need it, I bring them to the table, the 4 kids, to really pinpoint what their weaknesses are, and they get a little more extra teaching.
Right.
And then the kids that are higher readers can just off they go and go read a book. And then there's the middle kids that get the on level teaching.
Right.
So always like differentiate. Got to meet the kid where they are and build off of that.
Right. Big believer in that.
Yeah.
What is one of your one thing that you want to leave behind when you're done at your role right now? If you could work on one thing, what is it?
Yeah, I tell all my kids, like I mentioned it earlier, lifelong learner. Try to learn something new every day. I instill a passion for the love of learning, love of reading. I tell the kids, if you don't like reading, you just haven't found the right book yet. Right. I grew up reading. I learned to read because of Sports Illustrated. I wanted to learn about my players or what was going on. Right. So that encouraged me to read. Or I found something like, I'm going to read this. But if a teacher assigned a lesson and read about, Abraham Lincoln or possums or something, I'm like, But if it was like sports related, I was like all into it. So just find what you're passionate about and then read. And that's why I try to share with my kids. I have a huge library in the back of my room. Graphic novels. If the kids like sports, I got the Matt Christophers. I got the graphic novels, Dog Man, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I got the science nonfiction, holidays, all the different genres and levels. So I try to find something. I'm like, here, take this home, borrow it.
Right.
So just trying to, encourage them to do the best that they can. Yeah. And again, the motto, be a good friend. I want the world to be a better place. And if everyone was a better friend, if you drove like a friend, hold the door for people, give a compliment, that goes a long way.
Right.
So.
Do you think increasing the salary for teachers would bring in more?
Possibly.
And would.
Well, because a lot of teachers don't do it for the money.
Right.
But we do complain about not having the money. So It's like, but would I do something else? Possibly. My next move is like vice principal, management position. Or who knows? But I'm in 21 years. I got to do 37 and a half.
Wow.
It was 30 years. Then they moved it to.
You don't got to do that to be a principal.
To retire with full benefits.
Yeah. 37 and a half. That's across the board.
Right? Isn't that weird? Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a long time. I started at 24. I'm going to get out at 65.
It's pretty crazy. I mean,
my buddies, all my friends just all retired. COs, probation officer, and cops.
That's what I was about to say.
All my buddies that have those jobs retired already.
What
20 years and out.
To say 25 now.
Now they changed it to 25.
Yeah.
But still, if I worked in a prison, or they have state teachers, I could have taught maybe in prison. I could be out in 25. I'd be 4 more years left.
Yeah, but ain't that pretty interesting when you're supposed to be teaching the youth for the future of tomorrow, and you got 37 years.
And you don't really get to top step until you're in like your 20th year.
Right.
Because I started getting paid peanuts my first year. And that was like the hardest year. So it's like, but again, with all these changes and different laws, and it's not getting easier. Like again, back to that new reading. So every day, it's almost scripted too. So I have to read the book to know what I'm going to teach that day.
Right. 1,000%.
So that's new. It's new. And my grade level partners, one has been teaching for 30 and one has been teaching for 24. So this reading program is new for all of us. So every morning we're like, or every night you have to so we have homework.
You got to learn it yourself. Yeah.
To know what I'm going to, like today was dictionary work, finding words in a dictionary and, whether it be at the beginning of the dictionary, end of the dictionary, and if the first 2 letters are the same, you look to the second letter. A lot of kids don't know that. So
Right. I used to play a dictionary game. I would get up when I was in UHart. Me and my friend would get up every morning, go have breakfast. We was learning dominoes too, so we would go play dominoes.
Yep.
But before we played dominoes, we would sit and we would play the dictionary game, where we would find a word in a dictionary, go down the dictionary, and we would we would read the word.
Yep.
Figure out if that word has a negative connotation or positive connotation.
Yep.
And then we had to give an example.
That's good.
And we would talk about the word in detail. And that would lead us to so many different conversations.
Yeah.
So,
and then try to incorporate it into your vocabulary. You got to use it like 100 times before it gets ingrained into your vocabulary.
Yeah. And I do that now. One of the words I'm using now is tilted.
Yep. That's a good one.
Tilted. It's good.
The dictionary game. Yeah, that's great. We do so the Rotary Club comes in a couple of weeks. Every 3rd grader in West Hartford gets a dictionary from the Rotary Club, and they've been doing it for 20, 30 years. So then we play a dictionary scavenger hunt. Like, what's the word what's your guide word on page 119? So they got to flip to it. Boom. Or what's this word mean? Dictionary game, like a little scavenger hunt. Make it fun.
Yeah.
And then the kid always finds the A word or the B word because it's the Webster's dictionary.
Right,
so they're like, And I'm like, I wait for it every year. I'm like, they find it yet? Some have not. But,
right.
There's years that they don't find it.
Yeah, the negative and positive connotation of the word I find to be very important because everything is about perspective. So you really get to see whether, what kind of perspective a person or a kid is putting on the word, whether that's true or whether it's not,
Yeah.
I think that's important, because all I want to do, and I'm sure it's the same for you, is inspire a mindset. Yep. And once you inspire a mindset and you embed the mindset, then you let them go off and running.
Yep. The growth mindset.
1,000%.
You know, I'm not good at this yet.
Right.
I'm going to keep trying. I might not good at this yet, but I will keep trying till I get better at this.
Get good at it.
And you know, don't try to move the mountain. Move it rock by rock.
Right.
Little by little.
Right.
Little progress every day.
Right.
So yeah, tell the kids that. And if all the kids, like, when it gets hard, because we did addition and subtraction in Unit 1, now we're in multiplication and division, so there's a little more challenge for the kids. And now if things get hard, they want to almost like sit
Retreat.
back and hide in their shell or get frustrated.
Yeah.
But that's when the learning takes place. When things are hard, that's when you're learning. If you went through life and everything's easy, you're not learning anything.
You know, you truly learn more only out of failures.
Yeah.
And hard times, hardships. You know, if you got the right mindset.
You learn. Yeah, you definitely learn more from making a mistake than you will from just breezing through things.
Yeah, you know, it's just like, you know, if you're working out and you know, when you're lifting weights, you're tearing those muscles.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. You pushing.
Yep.
Sometimes you can't do it.
Yep.
And then the real learning and the rebuilding takes place when you sit down and you rest and you relax and the rebuilding.
Yep.
And now you become stronger.
I tell the kids that all the time. Your brain is a muscle. Got to work it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Funny that you say that. Or the butterfly. So if you have a butterfly in the cocoon, or it goes in a caterpillar, but if you crack the cocoon, the butterfly is just going to fall out and not be able to fly.
Right.
But because the butterfly needs to fight out, and that's how he builds the muscles.
Yes.
He fights out and he breaks out, and then he's got the strength to fly.
Yes.
So if someone cracked him out, he wouldn't have
early.
built that strength.
Right.
I use that with the kids too, and I'm like, then I tell my kids they're like, nah, Mr. Feeney. I'm like, I'm watering you. You're my flowers.
Right.
You're gonna grow your hair with little seeds, and now I'm gonna be beautiful flowers at the end of the year.
Right.
And they're like, no, Mr. Feeney. Or you come to me, little babies, and now you're gonna leave fourth graders or butterflies ready to fly.
Kids are so amazing, man.
It's a great job.
And they hilarious.
Oh yeah.
You want to know the truth, they'll tell you the truth.
Oh yeah. Mr. Feeney, you got a bald spot. Mr. Feeney, you got, something on your head. You balding and whatever. Fat belly, big head. And I'm like, thanks, kids.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Tell you the truth, man.
Thank you.
The kids up at camp, man. They you gotta come down to their level.
Mm-hmm.
They'll teach you a lot if you're willing to learn.
Yep.
All I kept hearing was no diddy.
Yep.
No diddy. Pause.
Pause. Got to learn the slang too.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
yeah,
Pause.
man.
The pause game.
Unbelievable.
Like, this podcast is long.
Oh no.
Pause.
Yeah. That's what it is. Pause. No diddy.
No. Oh, so funny.
Crazy.
You got any upcoming events for Anchors Camp?
Right
Any
now.
fundraising events during the year?
Nah, right now, not any on the calendar right now. But we planning a few things. We'll really get into planning mode in January.
Is there social media for Anchors Camp?
Yeah, Anchors_camp on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
We on Facebook, Anchors Camp.
All right. I'll write that down.
And then, of course, the website, anchorscamp.org. We just trying to change one kid life at a time. Sounds cliche, but, that's what really works. That's what really works.
One at a time. Can't help them out. You can't help them all sometimes, but you can help.
No, I mean,
Try
listen,
the best you can.
Listen, the world is made up of haves and have-nots. And some have is a have-not to another have.
Okay.
And I believe the world would always be that.
Yeah.
But you definitely can affect and make more haves. People talk about this thing equal. Like nothing has never been equal. Same reason why we in Connecticut and we ain't in Gaza.
Yeah.
the world has never been equal, has never been fair. But you got to do the best with what you got. And you
Agreed.
You got to create luck to get luck. And you know why? I don't know. It's just how the world is. You got to do the best you can do with your circumstance or your situation, and then move forward to go ahead and help others.
You got to create luck to get luck. I like that.
Just like you would never hit the lottery if you don't play.
Good point.
All
right, coming up, camp. What do you plan? What are you going to do different this year for camp than last year?
This year we focused more on. We went away from focusing on the core trades a little bit, and we went to aquaponics and a whole host of other things. So I want to definitely get back to the core trades.
Okay.
We're working on that construction. We're doing residential construction. This year we went from staying on the farm to staying. We outsourced everything to staying at a school called SUNY Millersville. And fun fact, they have like one of the few and only football fields that's black.
Oh, wow.
Turf is black, grass is black.
Absorbs the heat, though. It's got to get hot.
They said it don't. It's pretty cool. It's like all black, and then they got different color lines for different sports and all that.
Very cool.
It's pretty cool. It's a million hits on ESPN. So we end up staying there in upstate New York. And they lived like the dorm and a college life. And while we was up there was a EOP program up there with them, so they got to interact with different kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think we're gonna keep it. Continue to outsource it. We spent a lot of time back on the farm as well, though.
Nice.
Learned how to do a fire, create a fire with just stuff in the woods, rocks, magnifying glass.
Oh yeah.
A whole bunch of other things. Did a little challenge with that. But I'm excited for the future for Anchors Camp. I'm excited for the kids that we'll be pumping out of there and we'll be making.
Yeah. Maybe we'll take the podcast on the road and take a tour.
You have to. You got to get involved. We we always do a water gun fight.
Okay. Now you're talking.
So we have some fun, but we also learn.
That's it.
Yep. That's what life is about.
I try to make every lesson engaging and fun. Yep. I'm totally in full agreement.
Yep.
What about? Well, we got to shout out my guy DeSwanee, MJ.
Yeah.
How's MJ? He really introduced me to you. So I want to thank MJ for making that connection. Marty following through and making sure that this podcast happened. But MJ, what makes him a good friend?
He's just. I met MJ. Just being in West Hartford, me liking fashion, I would go in there. And then, I came to him one day and said, NIL just started, let's do a partnership. And, he eventually said, let's do it. And, we ended up doing an NIL partnership, which continued well after I was done playing basketball. And
I know, I'm shocked that you're in a hoodie right now.
Yeah,
This is the first time I've ever seen you in a hoodie.
Well,
usually you're wearing blazers and matching suits. And
I wanted to shout out the state police. But MJ is a special individual, such a great person. A great friend.
Yeah.
We became more friends and business partners.
Yeah.
And then I'm blessed to call him a friend.
Yeah, he's an amazing person. He made these little lapels for our suits. Be a good friend.
Yeah.
You got one? Come on, we got to get you one.
No, I ain't get one, but I know he made one.
And then we worked there one Saturday and met people that came in, and if they donated, I think $50 to Friends of Feeney, they got 20% off their purchase.
Yeah. I was there that day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the day we saw you.
Yeah,
that's right. My bad. And I met Haneef.
Mm-hmm.
What was I going? And then just made like $300 off that 1-2 hour visit because people are so generous and thoughtful. And MJ talks us up, and I got to meet people. It was a great interaction. He's a great person.
No, he's a phenomenal person, and he obviously has a well-to-you business.
Yep.
You know, when you know, if you're listening, shop at theswanee.com. Maybe you can get some gear like me and Eric.
Yes.
You know, but yeah, you know, he's a great friend. I'm blessed to call him a friend for sure. I spent some time with his family for Thanksgiving last year.
Oh, nice.
So that's a phenomenal dude. Smart.
Yep.
Too. Knows the business well.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look at you and just tell your size.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. He's a great guy, and you know, more importantly, in my eyes, he has style. He got
Definitely a
some
good
style.
dresser.
Yeah.
I got
So-
the vest. I got a new vest. It zips up from the bottom now too, so when you sit, it doesn't get all bunched and bulky. You can unzip it a little
unzip
bit.
it on the
Opens
bottom.
on the bottom, and it zips on the top.
That worked well for Thanksgiving.
Right?
That
Perfect
worked
for
well
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Definitely go to Farmington Ave, family-owned business. Been there forever. DeSwanee Clothier.
No doubt.
Good person.
No doubt.
Good golfer too.
He is a good golfer.
So we got some upcoming events. We have a holiday stroll next week, December 5th. We have a toy drive here at Luna Pizza. We're collecting toys and coats. We have a Pond House event. You around the December 10th? Great
am
networking
around.
event.
I am around.
Let's Grab Lunch is a bunch of guys, and they're having an event. So, and proceeds go to Friends of Feeney. So thank you, Let's Grab Lunch. That's at the Pond House, December 10th. And, you know, that's about it. Any recommendations? Books, movies, podcasts?
You know, I think a couple podcasts I watch frequently. Just my interest. All In podcast.
All in?
All In podcast. 4 guys who are in the venture capitalist space and private equity world, and they talk about current events.
Okay.
And that goes always from political all the way to, you know, the money markets, Business Untitled. They bring on a bunch of different entrepreneurs or CEOs. And they even have actors. Movies. You know, I think that if I was in another life, I would be a CIA agent. So I'm in the CIA movies and
Okay.
you know, Fed movies and all that. Lioness, it's pretty good. That's on Paramount.
Is that a series?
Yeah. Alex Cross, which is on Amazon Prime.
Gotcha.
And then I'm a lover boy, so you know, one of my favorite movies of all time is Hitch.
Hitch.
Yeah. That's
I'll be Kevin James.
don't ever do that again.
Yep. Classic.
And then books right now. I just got this book. I was at Capallo.
Oh, yeah.
I just got this book. It's called Foreman While Black. Right now I'm looking about some cashmere goats and
Okay.
alpacas.
Up for the farm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then use them for business?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But they just beautiful animals too. You know what I mean? Hopefully I can get a cashmere sweater out of it.
Right?
You know, or alpaca sweater. They only
It's exotic and unique.
yeah.
Get DeSwanee to start selling them.
Now you talking my language. You know, one of my favorite books is called The 5 a.m. Club. And that's a book about, it goes into great detail, and it tells a phenomenal story about why you get up at 5 a.m., why you should get up at
5 a.m. what?
5 a.m.
Club.
Yeah. It's definitely one of my favorite books. It took the artist 4 years to write it.
And do you think, what's the best part about waking up at 5 a.m.? What's the most helpful?
Well, it adds more time in the day and more time for yourself. You know, most people are not up at 5 a.m., so you get up and you ain't really checking your phone because ain't nobody hitting you up.
Okay.
You know, and then if you're disciplined enough, you can get your workout in.
Okay.
Go for a walk, read, watch a podcast, and then meditate, and then start your day off.
Okay. I've been seeing Instagram things.
Mm-hmm.
Read a page, get up early, work out. Definitely don't touch the phone.
Yeah.
get some fresh air, meditate, read a page from a book, and, you know, start your day.
Yeah.
It's a great way. Oh, this is the 5 a.m. club. That makes sense. And cold showers. You ever take a cold shower? You see that now?
Yeah.
I take a shower and turn it real cold.
Yeah. So I get in the sauna a lot.
Okay,
And
that's
then
good
once I
too.
get out the sauna,
Straight into cold water.
shower. Yeah. I can only do it for a couple seconds, you know. But the sauna is really good.
Yep.
You know, they say sauna, getting in the sauna, you know, reduces all diseases about 40%.
Yep.
So, you know,
Interesting.
plus
All
it
right,
allows
5
me to
a.m.
sweat when I'm feeling lazy.
And what's your streak? How many consecutive days have you gotten up at 5 a.m.?
I'm not, you know what? One of my biggest problems is I feel I'm not consistent.
Yeah,
I
me
would
too.
probably say 100 days.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Not consistent. So, you know what I mean? I want to get more consistent.
No, it's good. 5 a.m. club. I'm going to join. You motivated me. Tomorrow, 5 a.m. workout. I try to wake up 6 a.m.
And then the new thing that everybody's doing is called rocking, where it's walking with a weight vest.
Oh, yeah. I have
Walking
one.
with a weight vest. Yeah.
My wife just got one, too.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah?
we have a dog, so it's called
You walk
rocking.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, we do a lot of walking anyway, so you put the vest on. Actually hurt my lower back, so I kind of stopped messing with it, but might try it again.
Yeah, that's a new thing everybody's doing.
I want to shout out Juniper Homes, Juniper Home Care. My dance partner, Zuli, gave me this. I just won Dancing with the Stars. Best of West Hartford at the JCC. We beat Dennis House, Ronnie Newton, the mayor, Sherry Cantor, and Victor. NBT Bank, Victor, the branch manager, just paid his dues. We bet on the last podcast. He was podcast 116. And we bet a case of beer. He just paid up. I won. So thank you, Zuli, for the shirt. Juniper Homes down on New Britain Avenue.
I love that.
And we worked hard. Thank you, Arthur Murray. It was a great time. You ever do ballroom dancing? Would you do ballroom dancing?
Yeah, I would do ballroom dance. I never done it before, though.
Cool.
Definitely can get my groove on a little bit, though.
Dun, dun.
What was y'all score?
Oh, so they had the four dancers. All the audience got a dime, and they had to put it in one jar, and we just had the most dimes in our jar. Yeah, I did bring a roll of dimes from the bank, but no, I'm kidding. That had nothing to. Any final closing remarks? I had a great time talking with you. We usually shoot for 50 minutes. Stefania, what are we on? Ooh, hour and 3.
Love that. I love that.
We could talk to you forever.
Same here.
Great conversation. Doing great things. Like I said, this is Feeney Talks with Friends. This whole podcast is about talking to great people in the community who are doing great things. So, Traci, keep up the good work. Honored to speak with you. Please keep me in the loop of all the great things that you're doing, and we'll be in connection going forward.
We'll do. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate the conversation. We'll do.
Closing remarks?
Nah, man.
On 3, we'll say be a good friend. 1, 2, 3. Be a good friend.